And it's funny that people call it the X-Men. There's a lot of female superheroes in that X-Men group, so I think it's outdated.
Hey, it's the same Victoria Alonso video I'm gonna make again, only this time I'll get fewer views. Hello everyone, I'm Mecha, and yeah, I made a video on this in 2019 talking about how Victoria Alonso, I am Mecha and I'm a consumer advocate. She said X-Men needs to be more inclusive, and they're circulating this article all of a sudden from a 2-year-old, probably a 3-year-old quote now. Alright, I've already talked about this. Let's get somebody else who hasn't. Who are you? Why are you here?
Hi, I'm Rob Robot Shlomo, and I love old news. Old news, it ages like a fine cheese.
Stinky cheese?
Moldy cheese.
That's what it feels like. Like I just. First off, Victoria Alonso. Victoria Alonso, how did you get that job at Marvel? Pray tell. I don't believe you know, and you know less about comic books than I do. And frankly, this is I remember this only because my memory is the way it is, and I don't need, 3 pages to be described what a tree is or anything like that. I get things a little quicker, and I remember stuff, and I recall things, especially things that are annoying and irritate me. And it really was irritating how she said that, because I was under the impression, as a non-comic book normie sort of person who knows the movies that were terrible, those were bad movies, don't at me. Don't at me. I know the 3 main movies. I've seen them. Yes, I've seen them all a couple of times each. They're not good. They're not good movies. They're not a fun sit. And no. I know enough to know that it's human. I know enough to know that it's human. Isn't it short for human? It's for human, because the mutant variation of the human DNA, because hey, humans mutated and now they're all blue and shit, right?
Yeah, human race. I mean,
transhumanism. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was for. It wasn't like a gendered thing, and no. we already kind of made fun of Jennifer Lawrence for having the X-Men's a little outdated Dark Phoenix line. We already made fun of that one. It's like, well, maybe stop acting dumb. Stop acting dumb.
When they say X-Men, it isn't men as in male. It's mankind.
Yeah, it's like a man cover, or manhole cover, or, postman. I don't know. It's more of a man. I just assume it's for human. I'm not going to take offense by it and get my panties in a bunch like a dum-dum. That's what it feels like, though. Like, there's people who are reading and complaining for nothing. This is a classic definition of first world problems, and if anybody's trying to change the name or whatever... Not only that, this must have been a really slow news day, because like I told you in the beginning, I made a video on this earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why this has come back up again. I mean,
it's a slow news week. There's nothing going on.
A little bit about Victoria Alonso's work history. She worked her way up she started out as a PA, a production assistant. Now,
so she's a coffee lady. She's literally Kathleen Kennedy then.
Yeah. I worked as a production assistant in the quote-unquote music industry, which means I was a gopher backstage at a concert a few times. Okay? Any idiot can do that. You're looking at living proof. All right?
Oh, Lord.
And she worked her way up. And then she worked at Digital Domain. She was a VFX producer on Kingdom of Heaven, Tim Burton's Big Fish, and Shrek. And then she worked on Iron Man. That's how she got...
Elephant in the room. Is she only hired because she's a diversity? Because she's a whammony-whammon? Because she's a lady whammon?
And she plays for Team Pink, if you know what I mean.
She's an L? She's an L? So she's a... Actually, she's a triple. She's a triple, isn't she? She's a triple because she does speak with a bit of an accent, so she's probably an immigrant from somewhere, huh?
I think she's from Argentina.
Okay, that makes sense.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
So she's a triple diversity?
Yeah.
That's why. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Here's the fun thing, though. Here's the fun thing. People. I'm gonna blow the whistle on women in Hollywood and entertainment. Women personalize everything, right? Women don't necessarily see the big picture. They see things and they make a very personal connection because that's what we're evolutionary designed to do. We're designed to nurture. We're designed to be the mothers. We're designed to be the caregivers. We're designed to make personal connections with people. Men have evolved over time to be like tribal leaders and people who can affect decisions and things for many people in their communities. And I'm not saying that this is a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying evolutionary or on that aspect. Science. Hey, we like science here. From the scientific aspect, men tend to be a little bit better at making decisions that the entire company is going to benefit from, whereas women are like, well, I want to see myself on screen. I want to see myself represented. I want to have a woman character because I need me here, and I need to have this personal me because me and me. And this is why whenever you see like serial killer documentaries where, you know, like the men will go for like a type, they'll go for like a look, the women will have a very personal connection. They're going to be a little more vicious and brutal when they actually kill somebody. So I mean, this is just repeating itself. I don't know how that's relevant. I'm just rambling. It's because I have nothing to say about X-Men.
Well, it's part of the reason why, people are going to rip me apart. It's part of the reason why men are in military positions in terms of strategy and in terms of command. Traditionally,
and women are much better at like multitasking, little detail oriented stuff like that. We're much better at keeping like 27 little details and things in our head at all times.
Fun fact. You familiar with the Lamborghini car company?
Mm-hmm.
The men in the factory do all the mechanical work. Mm-hmm. The women in the factory do all the highly detailed work because they are better at it. They have a better attention to detail.
Women are much better. Like I find myself having way more, and like when I edit, it's so easy for me to go in and I can do all this meticulous stuff, and I can like my Bond video, yes. every one of those hits at the or pokes at the beginning. Yeah, you got to count those. There's like 20 of them. Like poke.
Yes.
It's relaxing. It's like sorting beans and things. It's very much like
the women. Yeah. The women in the Lamborghini factory do all the fine stitching to the leather upholstery. They do all the detailed interior work because
they're better at it.
Said, they are better at it. They are much better. The men do all the hefty lifting. The women do all the fine detailed work. There's a division of labor. Now, with that said, I'm noticing a pattern here. Mm-hmm. Victoria Alonso.
Kathleen Kennedy.
She's
just Kathleen Kennedy. She's the same person, only with more diversities.
And if we want to go to the Marvel side, Sana Amanat.
Oh, fuck off her.
And if you want to go to, what was her name?
On DC, I Am Not Starfire. Yeah. She might as well just call herself that.
Amy Pascal.
Oh, Amy Pascal and Sony, yeah.
I mean, we're seeing are we seeing a pattern here? Listen, I'm not saying women can't run studios, but very prominent women have run studios into the ground.
And I'm a woman calling him out on it. I think that should count for something. This is my channel. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of these women ruining things. Again, like, I don't like working for women bosses either. I don't like working for, unless they actually know what the crap they're doing. But a lot of the time, it's like gossipy and coffee and...
Again, I'm not saying women can't do this work and they can't be great. There's been great science fiction writers like DC Fontana,
Well, it takes a certain type of woman too, because a lot of the time they're hiring people who are just grossly underqualified because they do check a lot of boxes. Yeah. Now, I didn't know she checked, like 3 diversity boxes.
Yeah. Immigrant, woman, and the L and the alphabet. We
deserve better. We deserve better than that. Than somebody who doesn't understand that the X-Men is human.
And X-Men stands for mankind, human race. It's not a gender thing. Come on, you think that just shows you again the pattern. People who are working in this particular field in dealing with this kind of stuff don't have a freaking clue as to what it actually means or what it represents or what it is. They have no love for this.
Look, I don't know anything other than the 3 movies from the X-Men, and to be honest, I wasn't even that big of a fan of them. I know the 3 movies of the X-Men, and I know that even that means human.
Mm-hmm. And again, as I've seen, as she's gotten more and more, she's risen. Victoria Alonso's risen more and more into the focal point, into focus, and into the forefront at Marvel. I know the quality has gone down. So
And we're getting the Lady WAHMEN of Avenger. No, it's not even Captain Marvel. It's the Marvels. Yeah, it's the Marvels, and we're getting TNA Force and Lady WAHMEN Thor.
You said it. I didn't. That's got to be her. That's got to be her. So
TNA
anyway,
Force.
it cannot be a coincidence. That's all I got to say. This cannot be a coincidence. As she has gotten more power, things have gotten crappier and crappier.
Kevin Feige, you got a rating your WAHMENs there over at Marvel. I am Mecha.
And I have had enough.
We'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.
The women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to Ex-Women.